Alert tonight, health officials in Washtenaw County say they may have a second case of the measles. Earlier this week, the state confirmed its first case of the year in that same county. The health department did not release information about this second suspected case, but the person was in close contact with the first patient. Health officials say the first person probably caught the highly contagious virus while traveling in Florida. There are several locations in Michigan where people may have been exposed. They include public spaces in Ypsilanti, Ann Arbor, and Canton over the time period from March 4th through the 8th.
If you're feeling the pinch of being penny